Welcome back to Prop News Time. Here are the headlines for the day. UP clears policy to boost private investment in bus terminals and parks. The Uttar Pradesh government has introduced a new policy aimed at encouraging private investment and structured development of bus infrastructure throughout the state. Named the UP Stage Carriage Bus Terminal, Contract Carriage, and All India Tourist Bus Park. Establishment and Regulation Policy 2025. The initiative seeks to streamline the establishment of stage carriage bus terminals, contract carriage parks, and tourist bus parks. A regulatory authority, chaired by the district magistrate, will be formed to manage the application process and ensure adherence to the policy guidelines. The policy sets specific eligibility criteria regarding land, net worth, and turnover for applicants, while also outlining operational rights and transfer protocols for private entities. Mumbai Infrastructure. MMRDA clears Phase 1 of UVSL to ease congestion and link key growth hubs. The Uttan Virar Sea Link, UVSL, Phase 1, spearheaded by the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority, MRDA, is progressing rapidly with a revised layout that promises to revolutionize northern Mumbai's infrastructure. Originally conceptualized as the Versova-Virar Sea Link, the project was reorganized into phases after being handed over from MSRDC to MMRDA in late 2022. The first phase, connecting Uttan to Virar, was approved for implementation earlier this week, while the second phase awaits feasibility clearance. With modern engineering features, international funding, and socio-economic benefits spanning connectivity, investment, safety, and sustainability, UVSL is poised to become a transformative link in the region. Hubballi expands airport and urban services under Smart City Mission. Hubballi is undergoing rapid infrastructure development in 2025, led by a rupees 273 crore expansion of its airport to accommodate 2,400 peak-hour passengers, with completion set for 2026. The airport also operates on an 8 MW solar power plant, supplying surplus energy to other Karnataka airports. Under the Smart Cities mission, projects like the Tolankere Lake Revival, Mahatma Gandhi Park Upgrade, and Savari bike sharing system have improved urban livability. The city earned the CCOCH Silver Award for municipal governance. Additionally, the revised Hubballi-Ankola rail project will boost coastal connectivity, reinforcing Hubballi's emergence as a key urban and industrial hub in Karnataka. UP Housing Board to release over 150 residential plots in Siddharth Vihar, Ghaziabad. In Siddharth Vihar, Ghaziabad, the Uttar Pradesh Housing Board is getting ready to offer more than 150 residential plots. This township, covering 635 acres along the Delhi-Meerut Expressway, is approximately a 30-minute drive from Noida city centre and Connaught Place. With ongoing infrastructure developments, including plans for RTS connectivity and improved road access, Siddharth Vihar is emerging as a promising residential destination. The area has witnessed significant growth, with over 40,000 residents already settled in various housing projects. Bengaluru sees 62% rise in new launches. Luxury homes drive Q1 sales. According to a report by JLL India, sales of residential real estate in Bengaluru fell 10% year over year in the first quarter of 2025, totaling 15,340 units. Despite this dip, the city saw a significant 62% surge in new launches, reaching 20,484 units. The luxury housing segment, particularly apartments priced between rupees 3 crore to 5 crore, witnessed a remarkable 119% growth in sales. Whitefield emerged as a key area, contributing 35% to the quarter's overall sales. The average property prices in Bengaluru rose by approximately 13% compared to the previous year. Chennai housing market sees 27% annual rise in Q1 2025 sales. Chennai's residential real estate market began 2025 on a strong note, with rising sales, improved buyer confidence, and steady demand. According to Kredai Chennai, sales rose 7% quarter on quarter and 27% year on year in Q1, reaching 3,783 units. Ready to move and near completion homes remained most preferred. The RBI's repo rate cut and revised income tax slabs have boosted affordability, especially for first-time buyers. Demand surged in southern suburbs and emerging hubs like Parandur, Minjur, and Sriperumbudur, driven by infrastructure growth and Metro Phase 2. With government support and a focus on regulatory compliance, the market is poised for sustained expansion, offering strong potential for both buyers and investors. Prestige Estates to invest rupees 10,000 crore in Ghaziabad Township project. Prestige Estates Projects Ltd plans to invest rupees 10,000 crore over 6 years to develop a 62.5-acre township. Prestige City, Indirapuram in Ghaziabad, its first residential venture in Delhi NCR. The 10 million SCO FT project will include IFIARI 4,041 residential units and an 8 lakh SQ FT mall, with Phase 1 launching 3,421 units and a sales potential of over rupees 9,000 crore. Despite a 19% dip in FY24 sales bookings due to project delays, the company saw a 36% rise in average price realization. With over 300 completed projects, Prestige's new venture signals a strategic push into North India's real estate market. Patna DM sets deadline to clear land mutation cases pending over 75 days. The District Magistrate of Patna, Chandrasekhar Singh, issued an order earlier this week to resolve all land mutation cases that have been pending for more than 75 days by the end of this month, in an effort to increase administrative efficiency. The move targets key blocks such as Sampachak, Behta, Didarganj, Dhanrua, and Naubatpur, where the bulk of the backlog totaling around 14,108 cases remains. As part of the larger initiative to digitize and increase transparency in land-related services, the Patna Municipal Corporation has launched an online facility to expedite property mutation and tax assessments, and the Bihar government has implemented corrective measures to address procedural delays. Bengaluru. BBMP enforces safety norms for PGs amid rising complaints and violations. BBMP has implemented stringent regulations centered on safety, hygienic practices, and legal compliance in an attempt to control the rapidly growing PG lodging industry. The civic body has identified numerous unauthorized PGs and has already sealed several non-compliant establishments. Key mandates include minimum space per occupant, adequate water supply, CCTV surveillance, fire safety measures, and proper licensing. These actions aim to safeguard residents and restore order in residential areas affected by unregulated PG operations. Haryana amends land rate fixation policy to streamline procedures. The Revenue and Disaster Management Department's proposal to change the state's land market rate fixation policy was accepted by the Haryana Cabinet earlier this week. Initially notified in November 2021, the policy aimed to standardize land valuation across various government entities to prevent legal inconsistencies. The recent amendment aligns the state's policy with the Central Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2013. Key changes include adjusting compensation rates and simplifying procedural requirements, reflecting the government's commitment to enhancing transparency and efficiency in land transactions. Sundaram Home Finance's profit surges 26% in Q4 FY 2025. Amid strong disbursements growth, Sundaram Home Finance reported a notable 26% increase in net profit for the January-March 2025 quarter, amounting to rupees 71.57 crore, driven by substantial growth in small-town disbursements. The company had previously registered a net profit of rupees 56.8 crore in the same quarter last year. For the full financial year ending March 31, 2025, the net profit rose by 4% to rupees 244.66 crore. Disbursements for the quarter reached rupees 1,929 crore, a significant increase from rupees 1,469 crore in the prior year period. The company also expanded its footprint beyond Tamil Nadu, establishing 5 new branches in Andhra Pradesh during FY 2025. 5 companies secured SEBI approval to proceed with IPOs, targeting significant capital infusion. Ajay Poli, Laxmi India Finance, and Veritas Finance were among the 5 businesses that received regulatory approval from SEBI earlier this week to raise money through initial public offerings, IPOs. Additionally, Rajasthan-based Jaju Rashmi Refractories and Kolkata-based Regal Resources received the green light to float IPOs. Veritas Finance aims to raise rupees 2,800 crore, comprising a fresh issue worth rupees 600 crore and an offer for sale (OFS) of rupees 2,200 crore by key investors. Laxmi India Finance, Ajay Poli, Regal Resources, and Jaju Rashmi Refractories have outlined specific plans for fund utilization, ranging from debt repayment to expanding manufacturing capacities. Meanwhile, Earthwood Services withdrew its draft IPO documents. HUDCO to raise rupees 2,190 crore through non-convertible debentures on private placement basis. Housing and Urban Development Corporation Limited, HUDCO, a state-owned entity engaged in financing housing and infrastructure projects, has announced plans to raise up to rupees 2,190 crore through the issuance of non-convertible debentures, NCDs, on a private placement basis. According to a regulatory filing earlier this week, HUDCO's Bond Allotment Committee approved the issuance of unsecured, taxable, redeemable, non-cumulative NCDs, each with a face value of rupees 1 lakh. The bonds are set to mature at the end of the 5th year, carrying a coupon rate of 6.9% with annual interest payments. Aptus posts rupees 207 crore Q4 profit, aims for rupees 25,000 crore AUM by FY 28. Aptus, Value Housing Finance AB India Limited, headquartered in Chennai, reported a consolidated profit of rupees 207.02 crore for the January-March 2025 quarter, marking a significant rise from rupees 164.03 crore in the corresponding quarter of the previous year. For the financial year ending March 2025, the company achieved a profit of rupees 751.24 crore, up from rupees 611.89 crore in the previous financial year. The company's assets under management, AUM, grew by 25% year-on-year, reaching rupees 10,865 crore during FY 25. The firm disbursed rupees 3,604 crore, reflecting a 15% growth in disbursements. Aptus also expanded its operational network by adding 38 new branches, increasing its presence to 300 locations. Aadhar, Housing Finance posts 21% rise in net profit for Q4 amid board reshuffle. Aadhar Housing Finance reported a 21% increase in its net profit for the 4th quarter of the financial year 2024-25, amounting to rupees 245 crore. The housing finance company's profit for the corresponding quarter in the previous year stood at rupees 202 crore. Total income for the quarter rose to rupees 834 crore from rupees 692 crore in the same period last year, driven by a significant surge in interest income, which climbed to rupees 722 crore from rupee 596 crore. Asset under management, AUM, also grew by 21%, reaching rupees 25,531 crore. Meanwhile, the board has appointed Raj Vikash Verma, former chairman and managing director of National Housing Bank, as an independent director. AltDRX secures USD 2.7 million in pre-Series A funding to expand tokenized real estate platform AltDRX, a Bengaluru-based startup specializing in tokenized digital real estate, has successfully closed a pre-Series A funding round, raising approximately rupees 23 crore, USD 2.7 million. The investment was led by Qatar Development Bank, Times of India Brand Capital, Hindustan Media Ventures, Z Group, We Founder Circle Angel Fund, and NX Capital, with notable angel investors including Harsha Bhogle, Parthasarathi, and Richard Rekhi. The funds will be utilized to acquire residential assets, enhance technology infrastructure, and cover marketing and regulatory expenses. Techno Electric launches USD 1 billion digital infra arm for data centers across India. Techno Electric and engineering company Luted, TECL, has launched its new digital infrastructure division, Techno Digital Infra Pivot Lutterad, backed by a substantial USD 1 billion investment aimed at establishing a 250 MW cumulative capacity of hyperscale and edge data centers across India. Commencing operations, the firm is constructing a 36 MW hyperscale data center within Sipcot IT Park in Sirusuri, Chennai, encompassing 2 lakh square feet and integrating renewable energy solutions, battery energy storage systems, and advanced cooling technologies. TECL has also partnered with RailTel Corporation of India to deploy edge data centers in 102 cities, targeting Tier 2 and Tier 3 locations to empower sectors such as AI, BFSI, OTT, and healthcare. Dubai real estate hits unprecedented monthly sales, crossing AED 62.4 billion. Dubai's real estate sector witnessed a record-breaking month recently, with total sales reaching AED 62.4 billion, marking a 95.3% increase from the same period last year. This performance also ranked April as the third highest month on record by volume, with 17,979 transactions. The market update from FAM Properties indicated major growth across all segments, including villas, plots, apartments, and commercial properties. Compared to 5 years ago, the property market has skyrocketed in value by over 1,600%, showcasing Dubai's consistent momentum and global appeal for investors. Premium sales at Palm Jumeirah and Bulgari Lighthouse stood out as highlights. That's a wrap for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest headlines.